Institute of California measuring food insecurity. For example, according to PPIC's November 2025 statewide survey, 30% of California adults report that they or someone in their household reduced meals or cut back on food to save money in the last 12 months, up from 21% in 2021.
Zoe Tanner is a UC student who spent 3 hours on the phone with a caseworker while trying to apply for state food assistance.
Outside of that long wait, I had to turn over every identification about me that I had, from where I lived, my social security, my place of employment, my birth date, passport, lease agreement, bank statements so I could explain the couple $100s my grandma gave me each month to help me make rent. The application process was confusing, frustrating, and frankly dehumanizing.
And something that she says needs to be simplified as so many more people are going to need help this coming year. I'm Holden Swan, KNX News 97.1 FM.
With the new year comes a bunch of new laws here in California. You won't be able to get those thicker plastic bags at the grocery store. They will be banned. Also banned face coverings amongst law enforcement officers, including ICE agents, and cats declawing unless it's medically necessary. If your food delivery order doesn't show up, or if you get the wrong order, you will be due a full refund from the delivery platform. Other laws taking effect include a requirement that landlords provide working stoves and refrigerators in apartments, and public schools are going to need to have at least one gender-neutral restroom.
Somebody attacked the brown pelican in Marina Del Rey and blasted the house. They say it was malicious. A female adult found Saturday. They took it there in Albuquerque. 3-hour surgery to repair the tear. The exhibit all the way to the back of the neck. That's happened. Both places of long recovery and Albuquerque.
A beloved Australian adventurer named Sparky has been away after being taken over sports pirates by the in Montana. Family searched for him for nearly 2 days before they found him in a neighbor's bushes. Physicians wasn't afraid. Sparky eventually was hit by a car and crashed down the street. Now he has to have one leg amputated today. His family started GoFundMe to pay for surgery. He raised just $300 short of getting his $9,000 goal.
FurnitureOutlet.com.
Hi, Dan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander 4C day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey, presto, a new holiday classic. Let's sing it again. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on.
Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details.
You guys tried these holiday cookies? Are so good.
Toyota. Let's go places. 250 years ago, a promise was made.
made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Whether you're gifting, decorating, or treating yourself, Lowe's December deal drops are here to help you save more all month long. Get up to 75% off select holiday decor. Plus, get up to 45% off select tools and accessories. Shop new December deal drops every week this month and get so much more out of your holidays. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
Good morning, I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Margaret Carrero. Coming up on KNX News, 97.1 FM, LA's mayor hasn't had the best year. A longtime observer of city politics offers up his assessment. Plus, Metro urging holiday travelers to use light rail to get to the airport.
Traffic now at 6:15, brought to you by Downey Hyundai. Here's Sabina Mora.
All right, the Friday morning drive and a tough drive on the northbound 405 getting to the airport to the 105 connector. This is our SIG alert. I was getting tons of calls about the wood debris that was dropped on the freeway. A truck just dropped all kinds of wood debris. They're going to have the two right lanes blocked off, and they said until about 7 a.m. So it's going to take some time to clear this. It's causing a lot of extra slowing from before Rosecrans, really Artesia on the northbound 405, approaching the 105 connector. So you want to stick to left lanes, maybe using your favorite surface streets, Inglewood, Hawthorne Boulevard, Aviation if you're headed to the airport. That's your instant route change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. On the northbound side of the 5 freeway, as far as the congestion here, Buena Park to Norwalk, it's actually not too bad to the 605. I see a little bit of crowding near Lakewood Boulevard, and then traffic is tough leaving the 710, heading northbound to the East LA interchange, but then it picks up through Boyle Heights and Lincoln Heights. And then the 5 northbound just before the 134 is starting to bunch up a bit. 14 southbound, the crash at Agua Dulce cleared up. I still see some brake lights there, and then getting reports of a fire or some kind of fire that's smoky conditions on the 14 near Golden Valley, and they said it smells like rubber. Something's happening there. CHP is on the way, but no lane closures, just a little bit of slowing on the South 14 approaching Golden Valley. It's 000 on a new Hyundai from Downey Hyundai. Get 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down, 0 payments for 90 days on select models like the 2025 Tucson, 0 APR, 1667 per 1,000 finance, OAC, and 1226. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
Dead spots to start off this Friday morning. Temperatures this afternoon in the high 60s at the coastlines, low 70s LA Orange County, low 80s in the valleys today, and mid 60s up in the mountains. So we are dry this weekend. Temperatures will be in the high 60s across the metro communities, and then we are looking at an increasing chance of wet weather heading into next week. That's next with the forecast. I'm CBS LA meteorologist Alex Biston for KNX News 97.1 FM. 6:17 now on this Friday. You could call it a no good, very bad year for Karen Bass as the mayor of Los Angeles. It started with the wildfire disaster on January 7th. She called in to KNX News from Ghana on that day.
I am in West Africa, headed to the airport. I will be back in Los Angeles tomorrow. When we saw the wind warning, we immediately moved. We know that this is a historic event.
In a recent chat with the Fifth Column podcast, the mayor admitted the response to the wildfires had been botched. The mayor also said misinformation has been spread deliberately about the pace of fire rebuilding.
They have been preying on people's guilt and anger by saying nothing's been done, there's no building permits, everything is a mess, when that's just factually not true.
We got an assessment of the mayor's year, some may call it stressful, from Jim Newton, who is editor of the UCLA Blueprint magazine and a longtime observer of LA politics.
dealing first with the wildfires.
She started poorly. I think she did get her feet under her after some initial setbacks, but obviously she was not here when the fires erupted. That's not her fault. We don't expect mayors to be here every moment. I don't know about you, but I don't remember the name of the mayor of San Francisco during the 1906 earthquake. Mayors can't stop natural disasters from happening. That's unfortunate for her, but not blameworthy. I do think it is fair to hold her accountable for the recovery since. And I would say that that's been uneven. I think it started slowly. I think the Soboroff appointment was ill-advised and short-lived. Since then, my sense that the recovery, the rebuilding is going fairly well. But, you know, you don't want to be the mayor of a city where thousands of homes catch fire and burn down. That creates a lot of stress on the city, and it does, and therefore political stress, too.
And then came the ice raids over the summer.
And when you run armored caravans through our streets, you're not trying to keep anyone safe. You're trying to cause fear and panic. And when you start deploying federalized troops on the heels of these raids, it is a drastic and chaotic escalation and completely unnecessary.
I think the best thing that happened to Karen Bass in 2025 politically was that Trump took aim at Los Angeles and at her personally. It's almost impossible to be more unpopular as a political figure than Donald Trump is in Los Angeles. If you look at the Prop 50 results, if you recall, that's the measure that allows California to redraw its political line specifically to counter Trump and specifically to counter Texas. It passed by 70+% in Los Angeles. That's a giant repudiation of the president. The fact that President Trump launched these very over-the-top militarized attacks on immigrants, particularly undocumented immigrants in LA, and she emerged as the defender of that community, I think has done a great deal to solidify her support. In fact, if she wins re-election, I think it's largely because Donald Trump gave her such a big issue to run on. It's a terrible thing for Los Angeles what happened, but in terms of the politics of it, it's been very good for her.
The mayor launched her re-election campaign last weekend. Everyone's still waiting to see if Rick Caruso is going to jump in the race for a rerun of the 2022 election.
A lot of questions still about that deal to change the ownership of the U.S. operations for TikTok. Here's Denise Pellegrini.
Yeah, Oracle is the lead buyer in that group, buying into and creating that joint venture with China's ByteDance to run the U.S. ops of TikTok. It'll control data protection, content moderation, algorithm security, that's key, and it'll have a new majority U.S. board of directors. But Chinese regulators have still not approved that transaction. And also the terms outlined in TikTok's CEO memo do appear to leave the door open for ByteDance to potentially retain oversight of key parts of U.S. TikTok, so this is not over yet. Oracle shares are higher, though, on this news. Dow futures up 23, S&P futures up 14, NASDAQ futures up 113. And West Los Angeles-based Riot Games is apparently working on a secret major overhaul of League of Legends called League Next, planned for release next year. Current and former employees tell us the game's visual, aesthetic, and technical underpinnings will be reimagined to appeal to new players and make it easier to push out updates, of course. I'm Bloomberg's Denise Pellegrini from the Rustnet Cars Money Desk. KNX News, 97.1 FM. Search deals and shop the top auto brands at rustnetcars.com.
What is up? It's Evan Lovett from Social Media's LA in a Minute and the podcast In a Minute with Evan Lovett. There's history everywhere if you know where to look. Come join me on Mondays and Wednesdays on KNX News to learn what you didn't know you needed to know about the things that make LA so unique and amazing. It's LA in a Minute on TikTok and Instagram, and In a Minute with Evan Lovett on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find me right here on KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Expect more, drive more at the Simpson family dealerships. Now get special year-end savings on their entire lineup of new Cadillacs, Buicks, and GMCs, all ready to drive home for the holidays. Visit their showroom in Buena Park, just minutes away from anywhere in Orange County, or shop online anytime at SimpsonGM.com. The Simpson family of dealerships. Big enough to deal, small enough to care.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Plans not available everywhere. Compounded drug products are not approved or evaluated for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Actual price depends on plan purchase. Ozempic and Wegovy are FDA approved, not compounded and registered trademarks of Novo Nordisk A.S., which Hims Inc. is neither affiliated nor endorsed by.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At 4hers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatment plans tailored to you. These include oral medication kits or compounded GLP-1 injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy. Through Hers, pricing for compounded GLP-1 injections starts at just $199 a month for a 6-month plan when paid in full up front. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help through Hers. Get started at 4hers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatment plans. That's 4hers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio. Looks like it's going to be a noisy Christmas for people living along the Balboa Peninsula in Newport Beach. That 24/7 drilling operation to seal the leaking oil well in the neighborhood may very well last through Christmas. Oil's been seeping into homes on Marcus Avenue since the summer. The work's been ongoing for more than a week now, but it's hit a snag because the drill bit crews were using failed to puncture the cast iron well pipe. The city's utilities director telling CBS LA they hope to be done before the holiday.
From where we stand today, if everything keeps going correctly, the contractor and state, they can be done and out of here in the next 5 days. But everything has to go perfectly moving forward, and it hasn't.
So now they are continuously pumping water into the hole they've drilled to keep it from collapsing in preparation for a larger bit. If that can pierce the well pipe, they can seal it with special cement. If it can't, crews will need to find a way to blow a hole in the pipe.
It's exciting, it's confusing. In the end, it was not good for us. The Rams lost to the Seahawks for the moment, lost their shot at the home field advantage in the first round playoffs. Here's Bob Brill.
The final score was 38-37 in overtime. The Rams led by 14.5. But the Seahawks scored touchdowns with 3 two-point conversions, including this one where it looked like Seattle's Sam Darnold threw an incomplete pass, which ended up in the end zone, but then fate stepped in.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback threw a backward pass.
Eventually, the Rams scored first in overtime, but the Seahawks came back and they win it on an extremely rare third two-point conversion. Rams quarterback Matt Stafford refused to give up with 2 games left.
Whether we win the game or lose the game, there's plenty to learn from, plenty of plays we'd love to have back. We're going to do what we always do, pick a couple things to find a way to be better, play for each other, and continue to go out and play.
The Rams no longer control their own destiny, falling to a wild card spot at the moment. They could end up as the 6th seed. They finished the season with Atlanta and Arizona, and if they win out and Seattle loses to Carolina and San Francisco, Los Angeles would win the division outright and home field advantage. I'm Bob Brill, KNX News 97.1 FM.
625.
Brought to you by Kelsey Traffic. Here's Sabina Mora.
All right, going to head northbound on the 405 freeway, leaving the 605 Los Alamitos area through Long Beach. Not too bad to the 710 or even to Carson to the 110. But unfortunately, we have a SIG alert on the 405 just north of the 105. The 2 right lanes are blocked off. Tina was stuck in that very heavy backup, and this is what's going on. They're telling us, so this is your Southern California Toyota dealers, Instant iView, Hawthorne, Inglewood. On the northbound 405 approaching the 105, the 2 right lanes are blocked. It's a truck that lost its trailer, and there's wood debris to pick up. So with those 2 right lanes closed, you want to move to the left, maybe use Hawthorne Boulevard, Inglewood Avenue, even Aviation if you're headed to the airport instead. Thank you, Carla from Long Beach, for calling. I do see the big mess out there with that problem. Now, another area with some brake lights. I don't have any crashes for you, but I do see the congestion leaving San Dimas over to Azusa on the 210. I would say the 10 through West Covina is a better ride, and the 60 is not too bad, not as heavy as it can get, leaving Diamond Bar westbound to the City of Industry. Our 91 out of Corona, there's some sewing just before you get to Surface Club. It looks like that crash was moved to the right shoulder before the 71, and then getting towards the toll roads, the 241, I see those brake lights too. Make money predicting the Jake Paul fight legally nationwide with Kelsey. Jake Paul trading at 14% to beat Anthony Joshua. Put 100 down, wins 715 if he does. Use code Odyssey for $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI.com. Trading involves risk. Kelsey. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5 from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow, and the problem gets worse. Call Federated Tax today. They'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amounts. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call Federated Tax today, 800-300-7345. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-300-7345, 800-300-7345.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved people, but he also loved peace and quiet. So he cooked up KFC's $4.99 chicken pot pie. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender chicken-filled excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls. Whatever that means. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. KFC's chicken pot pie. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Prices and participation may vary. Welcome by flat. Tips and fees extra. Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. You could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you. I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter. Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free. I'm attorney Corey. Punch hard, win big.
ZipRecruiter.com. Results vary per fact. 1000 Newport Center Drive. From the GCLA Law Group Injury Health Studio, this is LA's Morning News on KNX News.
Good morning, 6:30. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Margaret Carrero. Are you gearing up for your big holiday trip? Many people are going to be jumping in their cars to get to their destinations. Others going to be boarding planes. And LAX will be a very busy place over the next 2 weeks. John Baird live at the brand new metro station near the airport.
And people heading here by light rail early this morning will get a nice surprise. A group will be here between 7 and 9 to belt out some Christmas carols and other favorite holiday songs. But Metro is really hoping that travelers heading to LAX will consider a light rail train to get here. This station just opened 6 months ago. Dimitri Trupillo is the deputy executive officer here at Metro.
So for many Angelinos traveling this holiday, it might be their first time considering using Metro to get to and from the airport. And we are a stress-free, cost-efficient way to get in and out of LAX.
He says it's $1.75 one way. Can't beat that. Sure beats parking. Plus, they have shuttles running every 10 minutes from the station to the terminals. And he notes that you can pretty much connect from all across LA County to get here.
Whether you're coming from Chatsworth or North Hollywood, even Pomona and Pasadena, East LA, Santa Monica, Redondo Beach, or Long Beach, there's a Metro rail that will bring you here to the LAX Metro Transit Center.
Meantime, the freeways are expected to be jammed as well, especially beginning this weekend, and of course the weekend after New Year's as well. And keep in mind, there will be lane closures starting tonight on both sides of the 405 freeway through the Sepulveda Pass, so you want to try to avoid that area if you can.
Yeah, 55 hours of that right on through the weekend. All right, thanks, John. Under the law passed by Congress and signed by the President, the Epstein files are supposed to be released today by the Justice Department. Here's Scott McFarland.
That is the concern among some survivors who've been fighting for years through multiple administrations to get those files released. They've been fighting for this for quite some time, and they have a fear that that's just the kind of fig leaf behind which the Department of Justice can try to stand to hold back at least some of the records. And if you hold back even some, it will inflame the theories that have dogged the administration from the start.
Documents related to Epstein have already been released either to the government or court cases, photos, emails, address book, banking records, of flight logs. The House Democrats also yesterday released more photos from the estate of the convicted sex offender. But one of the concerns today is that top DOJ officials saying, hundreds of thousands of pages are going to come out, but it's not going to be everything. So some of the critics are already saying how much of this is going to end up being redacted.
The manhunt for the suspect in the deadly shooting at Brown University has ended. The story from Bradley Blackburn.
Our Providence neighbors can finally breathe a little easier.
After several days of appealing to the public for help, officials say the Brown University shooting suspect, identified as former Brown student Claudio Neves Valente, was found dead inside a Salem, New Hampshire storage facility.
It was actually a video that provided us with a description of the vehicle.
Officials believe Valente is also responsible for killing MIT professor Nuno Loureiro 2 days later at his apartment in the Boston suburb of Brookline.
A man known only as John started posting information on Reddit after the FBI started asking for info. The user told investigators he recognized the suspect, theorized that police should look into a gray Nissan rental. This user also told investigators he'd seen the shooter in the engineering building at Brown hours before the attack and said his clothing was inappropriate and inadequate for the weather. The motive for the attacks at both Brown and on the MIT professor still not clear.
The plan to rename the Kennedy Center not sitting well with the members of JFK's family, the Kennedys. In a post on X yesterday, the White House press secretary said the center's board, which was handpicked by President Trump, voted unanimously to rename it the Trump Kennedy Center. JFK's niece, Maria Shriver, posting that with the comment, "Some things leave you speechless, enraged, in a state of disbelief." But here's what the president said.
We saved the Kennedy Center, and I was really, this was brought up by one of the very distinguished board members, and they voted on it, and there's a lot of board members, and they voted unanimously, so I was very honored by it. Thank you.
There's a congresswoman from Ohio on the board and says, no, this was not unanimous. She was muted as she tried to raise concerns about it.
It's like history of this administration, this president just doing whatever he wants. But there also can be consequences by that. And so when the American people know, it also gives us the greatest power we have, and that's the power to vote and to remove it and to come back after mid-year elections and have control where we then can take it away if in fact they do that. Take it away if in fact they do that.
Former Rep. Joe Kennedy is saying the Kennedy Center is a living memorial to a fallen president. It's named that way by federal law. This would be like changing the name of the Lincoln Memorial, and you can't do it.
6:35.
Sabina Mora in the Downey Hyundai Traffic Center.
All right, we're going to look at our drive to LAX to the airport. Now, the southbound traffic getting through the Sepulveda Pass, I see kind of the usual slowing leading Van Nuys to the 101, some slow speeds near Getty, but nothing unusual to Sunset, and then it opens up further southbound to La Cienega. The northbound side of the 405 is just a mess right now. It's because of this wood debris, and it was a truck that had the trailer that came loose and wood debris on the freeway. So the two right lanes are blocked off just north of the 105. They are calling it a SIG alert. They anticipate being out there at least till 7 a.m., possibly later. So it's causing big backups using Hawthorne Boulevard, any of your surface streets if you're trying to get to the airport aviation. Also, Steve called in. Happy Hanukkah to you, too, and happy holidays. He did say the upper loop was at least 20 minutes to get through to LAX, but he also said that on the upper deck, departures, the second crossover that's from Terminal 2 across from Terminal 5 and 6, he said that crossover is closed. So if you need to drop someone off at Alaska or Air Canada, you're going to have to go all the way around. So anyway, thanks for that info. I appreciate that. Dimitri called in. He said northbound, westbound 101 before Reseda. A couple of cars are stuck there. Not sure if it's a car that broke down or if it's an actual crash, but I do see the backup behind that problem. Again, heading north or westbound on the 101 before Reseda.
Thank you, Sabina. The city treasurer for Hawthorne has taken a leave of absence after being named in a federal grand jury indictment. She's accused of embezzling thousands of dollars from Fidelity by allegedly approving fake payments and making personal expenses. The indictment says the scheme led the company losses of more than $200,000. In a statement, the city says while the treasurer only reports to city voters, the city has agreed with the treasurer that she will take that leave of absence from her duties until the proceedings have ended. The city's director of finance is going to step in the meantime. Marie Poindexter was elected Hawthorne treasurer in 2022 and made history as the first black woman to hold that position.
Councilwoman for a city up near Sacramento facing calls to step down over comments made at a conservative students club meeting. The club backed by Turning Point USA, which was co-founded by Charlie Kirk. The topic of the talk was supposed to be the relationship between Kirk and Jesus, but she ended up talking about her daughter being gay as a result of what she said was childhood trauma. Said the separation of church and state was a myth, and then criticized Martin Luther King Jr., put a spotlight on the number of Turning Point USA clubs in high schools now. Recent school board meetings, some parents and students alleging the club promotes hate speech, others defending its formation, saying it's just differing viewpoints, free speech. There's a petition to get rid of it now. Councilwoman saying she's gotten threats, and students say they're being harassed.
TikTok users and creators in the U.S. can breathe a little easier now that a group of American investors is stepping in to avoid a potential nationwide ban.
Oracle is part of an American investment group that's agreed to buy almost half of TikTok's U.S. operations. President Trump initially raised national security concerns with TikTok, leading to a law that would ban it. CBS News tech contributor Ian Scher.
It's going to meet the requirements that TikTok be owned by U.S. interests and not by a company that is in an adversarial country.
Scher also talked about why Oracle, which was already handling storage data for TikTok, was an appealing buyer.
It makes it easier for antitrust concerns because they're not really consolidating any of the social networking.
Although Scher says the agreement is messy on this issue, it does lay out terms to ensure the content feed for U.S. users is free from outside manipulation.
That is Ken Duffy reporting.
The coffee prices going up and up and up, and people are changing their habits. Here's Karen Adams.
A lot of people are foregoing their favorite coffee shops as the price of Java beans soar to record levels.
They're trading down in the ways that they can. So for some people, that means from more premium coffee shops to a cheaper coffee shop. For other people, that means going home. And even within going home, for some people, that means a fancy at-home bean to a private label at-home bean.
Business analyst Eilina Tang says while people are shifting how they satisfy their caffeine cravings, even turning to drinking tea, coffee is here to stay.
I think it's pretty ingrained. I think we see some individual trading into those other beverages. I know like matcha, for example, has been a big one, and that sort of follows just like broader consumer interest in other drinks. But overall, from a top-line level, I think coffee has a certain demand elasticity to it that will always keep people buying it, at least to some extent.
Experts say trade tariffs on imported coffee have contributed to rising coffee prices here in the U.S. I'm Karen Adams, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Quite a few big events are happening in the new year here in Southern California, and at the same time, fake tickets are becoming a big problem thanks to AI. Here's Brian Ping.
It's never been easier for fraudsters to create phony tickets that look like the real deal. Larry Sullivan, head of security with BMO, tells us victims are often drawn in by QR codes that lead to fake ticketing websites where you'll give them a lot of money for a ticket that's no good.
Watch QR codes. Those things are very convenient, but they're also very convenient for fraudsters, right? So we may see something out in front of the venue going, hey, tickets, claiming the QR code or in a restaurant or a bar nearby. Just be very cautious on those QR codes because people are going too fast and they're not taking the time to understand if they're actually on a legitimate site or not.
He tells us pay close attention to the details.
I will tell you that I was looking at a concert for my family, found a really good price, but a really small venue. I won't mention the artist's name, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're playing that really small venue. And honestly, they weren't playing. It was a fraud.
Ticket scams are surging ahead of next summer's FIFA World Cup, not just for the tickets themselves, but even for travel bookings like plane tickets and hotel accommodations. Over 4,300 suspicious soccer-related domains have been registered, signaling coordinated fraud. I'm Brian Payne, KNX News 97.1 FM.
641.
If your homeowner's insurance doesn't want to pay you enough to fix your home after water damage, call public adjuster Avner Gatt. Avner and his team will negotiate with your insurance for the best settlement. Call Avner Gatt now, 818-917-5256, or go to avnergatt.com.
My name is Kyle Harrelson, and I drive a Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road.
Toyota makes the vehicle. You make it yours.
I have a bed rack and a tent in the back. I have it lifted 2.25 inches in the front, 1 inch in the back. I can go over speed bumps in those off-roading trails and make it feel like nothing.
Now it's easier than ever to modify your Toyota at your local Toyota dealer. We're partnering with leading accessory brands like ARB, Fox, Rigid, Rhino, and more, so you can customize with confidence.
My favorite spot that I'm taking it to is where Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah touch. It's the Blue Ribbon River, which means the fly fishing is incredible.
From suspension upgrades to roof racks, modify your Toyota truck or SUV at your local Toyota dealer just the way you want, with warranted custom work. Or shop online at toyota.com/accessories. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Sage Spa gift certificates fit perfectly in a stocking, especially mine. Are you listening, Mom? Mom? And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
You gift when you give. Buy a gift card from Sage Spa, and we'll give you up to a $50 gift certificate. Ho, ho, ho!
Number 4.
Bowl season has begun. Bring your crew, drink some brew, catch the view from our big screens at Sideline Sports Bar.
3.
Mosen's Happy Hour. Half off bar bites, beer, wine, and cocktails. Monday through Thursday, 2 to 5 p.m. and Fridays, noon to 5 p.m.
And the number 2.
Deck the halls with slots and blackjack. It's the Winner's Wonderland at Morongo.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. Be the belle and the beau of the ball. Party into the new year with $50,000 in free slot play and prizes.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times.
New to TikTok? Great news! We have a special gift for you. Right now, when you download TikTok and create an account, and 24 hours later search Get Gift, that's GETGIFT, you'll receive a free $20 no minimum voucher for TikTok Shop. Use it on TikTok Shop for products like everyday essentials, home goods, beauty products, gifts, and so much more. It's a great way to try TikTok Shop for the first time. Don't wait. Download TikTok today and claim your free $20 voucher tomorrow.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste. Plus, superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Good morning, I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Margaret Carrero. Coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM, the president announces the first ever Patriots Games. We will explain. Plus, as holiday travel gets going, a weekend of lane reductions on the 405 to tell you about.
Perfect timing. Traffic brought to you by Yamaha Resort and Casino at San Manuel. So be tomorrow.
Yeah, perfect timing. Lane reduction here on the 405 northbound. This is our ongoing SIG alert. It's a truck that lost its trailer and wood debris. The 2 right lanes are blocked off just north of the 105, getting lots of calls about the heavy delays. Jenna Granite said she took El Segundo and got around it. You can take that to Hawthorne Boulevard and then get around some of that snowing. If you get back on the 405 at Century Boulevard, then you're going to be okay. You're going to avoid some of those delays. That's your DCLA Law Group accident and injury attorneys throughout you can trust. Heading north or west on the 101 before Reseda, it's the middle lanes that are blocked here to clear this crash. That's why we're looking at a backup. The southbound side or eastbound side of the 101, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, even through to Barham, is actually not too heavy right now. Looks decent. Through downtown Los Angeles on the westbound 10, if you're leaving the East LA interchange where the 60, the 5, the 10, and the 101 all meet up, I do see the brake lights here. I see a little bit of snowing approaching Maple, and then it clears up at the 110. The eastbound traffic through Mid-City on the 10 is not too bad from Western to the 110. And the westbound 10 from Western over to La Cienega through Mid-City, there's some volume, some slow speeds, but as far as crashes, nothing new in your way. Grammy Award winner Babyface returns to Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel March 26th. Get your tickets now at the casino box office or YamavaTheater.com. See Babyface performing live March 26th at Yamava Theater. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
Dense spots to start off this Friday morning. Temperatures will be in the high 60s at the coastline this afternoon. Low 70s, LA, Orange County, 80s in the valleys today, and then 60s up in the mountains. We are dry this weekend with temperatures in the high 60s across Orange County and Los Angeles, and looking at an increasing chance of wet weather heading into next week. That's next with the forecast. I'm CBS LA meteorologist Alex Vistin for KNX News 97.1 FM. 6:47, President Trump has announced some plans to mark America's 250th birthday. One of them includes a Patriot Games, a youth athletic competition celebrating the 250th.
In the fall, we will host the first ever Patriot Games, an unprecedented 4-day athletic event featuring the greatest high school athletes, one young man and one young woman from each state and territory. But I promise there will be no men playing in women's sports. You're not going to see that. You'll see everything but that.
Democrats quick to compare the athletic competition to the fictional Hunger Games, that dystopian young adult novel and popular movie franchise where kids are forced to fight to the death in a televised arena. In the video, the president also highlighted plans to begin construction on a new monument in the nation's capital, like the Arc in Paris. A UFC fight also planned on the South Lawn on Trump's birthday, which also happens to be Flag Day, June 14th.
Leaders in the EU meeting in Brussels agreeing to give Ukraine an interest-free loan, about $105 billion, to fund the fight against Russia. Here's the BBC's Russia editor.
The amount is much smaller than what Russia has. And also, this isn't what Volodymyr Zelensky and Friedrich Merz of Germany, this isn't what they were pushing for. They were pushing for Russian frozen assets to be used to help Ukraine. That didn't happen, and that's something that makes Vladimir Putin really, really pleased.
Putin had an end-of-year news conference saying the frozen assets helping Ukraine continue the war should have been viewed as a robbery.
Ford recalling more than 250,000 vehicles because of a risk they could roll away when parked. Jeff Gilbert with CBS.
This involves a number of 2022 through 26 model year Fords, including the F-150 Lightning, Mustang Mach-E, and Maverick. The integrated park module may fail to lock into the park position. Nobody's been hurt. The issue will be fixed with a software update.
And until that software update is done, owners being advised to use the parking brake on those cars.
So check your money. 650. Here's Denise Pellegrini.
Yeah, that move to get the U.S. operations of TikTok out of China's control appears to be moving forward. Shares of Oracle are trading higher onward. It is the lead buyer, taking a stake in the U.S. operations of TikTok from China's ByteDance and creating a joint venture with some other investors as well. Stocks overall are higher this Friday morning. Dow is up 188 points. S&P up 45. NASDAQ surging 225. Toyota agreeing to sell made-in-America cars in Japan to please President Trump, including the Camry sedan, Highlander SUV, and Tundra pickup. The market for U.S.-made cars in Japan, though, could be extremely limited due to the large size of those vehicles, the small size of the roads there, and also the prevalence of left-hand drive models. So we'll see how that works out. And Sony expanding its hold over the Peanuts brand, buying more control of its company housing the brand, expanding the maker of PlayStations and smartphone camera sensors' reach into animated content. It's had some other recent coups in that area. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and that Kabuki-themed live-action movie Kokuho. That one shortlisted for consideration at the Academy Awards International Feature Film category this year. I'm Bloomberg's Denise Pellegrini from the Rustec Cars Money Desk on KNX News 97.1 FM. Search deals and shop the top auto brands at rusteccars.com.
It's L.A., so there's going to be traffic.
South outside of the 405 in the suburban path.
What you found is Laurel Canyon, 2 left lanes blocked.
The 5 northbound traffic will be tough.
But when that shortcut for the 1 freeway without traffic has traffic?
The parking lot out here.
I don't get it.
It's never been this bad.
Can anyone shed some light on this traffic situation? That's when you call us at 844-KNX News and tell us where you're stuck. And then we'll tell you why.
You guys saved me. Thank you, KNX.
Brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
KNX.
Today, tomorrow, all weekend long. We got discounts for you up at Aldic Home, the store for Christmas time. And, hey, it's Christmas time, so get over there. See what they have. Not too late, never too late to get something really nice to add to the decorations at your house or get a gift for somebody. Going over for a party? Take something nice to them. Big savings, 30% off the ornaments, the ribbons, decor pieces, 40% still off the Christmas trees. You want to make an upgrade to what you've got already? Or maybe that live tree didn't work out so well. All the needles have dropped already. Get the AH Gold Label trees. Better than anything else on the market. They've got those at Aldecombe. You'll see the difference when you get over there. You're going to notice in person 60 of them on display. Expanded hours for the holidays, so you can shop later. It's easy to get in and out of there. It's on Sepulveda in Van Nuys. Aldecombe.com, A-L-D-I-K, Aldecombe.com.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Bills Happen.
What happens to your social media accounts after you die? Tech writer Jennifer Jolly says control of your Facebook, X, or Instagram accounts need to be a part of your end-of-life plan. That's because you may not control what happens next to that dormant account.
You can live on in ways that just absolutely crush you in thinking about while you're living.
I'm Rob Hart.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Hey, Bills Happen! So when you need extra cash fast, go to BillsHappen.com. Have you been turned down? Are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have bad credit? Go to BillsHappen.com. You could find a lender and get up to $5,000 cash as early as tomorrow. BillsHappen.com. It's safe, secure, and all online. Just remember, when you need cash, go to BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com for the cash you need now. BillsHappen.com.
If tonight your lion is asleep or perhaps not in the jungle at all, there is a roaring solution. ED, or lack of bedroom performance, is a common condition affecting men of all ages. ED often results from having poor blood flow, which is associated with age, stress, or medical conditions such as diabetes and hypertension. Boston Medical Group has a simple and effective solution. It's called ICP, also known as Trimix or ED shots. ICP is custom formulated specifically for you. It will restore healthy blood flow where you need it most. You will experience a full and lasting erectile response in just a few minutes. Our telemedicine platform now brings this virtually 100% effective solution to your doorstep. You can restore your roaring with confidence. Call 800-896-3100. That's 800-896-3100. Or visit bostonmedicalgroup.com.
It's Video and Audio Center for last-minute gift ideas. TVs, soundbars, headphones, Sony, LG, Sonos, and more.
There's just magic in the air. There's so many moments.
The next two episodes of Taylor Swift's docu-series titled The End of an Era have dropped on Disney+. Swift says fans will be able to see behind the scenes of Travis Kelce's Eras Tour debut in London. She also gave Swifties a surprise.
The final two episodes are going to be out on December 23rd. Thank you for everything. Happy holidays, you guys.
Those final episodes were originally going to be released on Friday the 26th, but now fans can watch at midnight on Tuesday on Disney+. 6:55.
We're at the end of a chase, and Sabina Morris looking at this one. Big backup.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. I was getting calls about the chase on the 55 freeway, on the 5 freeway in Orange County, in Irvine, in Tustin. This is your Southern California Toyota dealer's instant eye view, and now police did finally stop lanes on the freeway. The person stopped southbound 5 just past Jeffrey, so that's at a complete standstill, and it's a huge backup from Jamboree heading southbound. Do not get stuck in this. Maybe take the 405 southbound instead of the 5. You can always do that. Taking surface streets to get around the delays. If you get back on the freeway just past Jeffrey, then you're going to be okay on the southbound 5 freeway. Thank you, Riverside J, for calling. Ricardo, appreciate the info on this police pursuit, which has come to an end, and a traffic break. Let's go west on the 105, heading towards LAX, from the 710 to Linwood to Alameda. Again, leaving the 110, the 105 westbound to Crenshaw is going to be slow, and the drive is busier now to Sepulveda. I also see the surface streets snowing on Sepulveda to the airport, and that upper loop is definitely packed. Our ongoing SIG alert continues. It's going to be the 2 right lanes that are blocked off here with wood debris from an earlier problem with a truck that lost its trailer. North 405, right just north north of the 105 freeway, so it's causing huge delays through the South Bay curve. You could take Hawthorne Boulevard, Inglewood Avenue, Aviation to get to the airport to get around some of that slowing, and also the problem on the 101 heading north or westbound. That was the right lane blocked off with the cars stuck. Thank you, Cam, for calling. That's still causing traffic to bunch up as well. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5 from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
60s, 70s, right up towards 80 degrees. Cooler for the weekend. Rain next week.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 310-905-5030. That's 310-905-5030.
Annuities non-advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Ones who get it done.
I can't believe how my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop. A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade. Dana Carvey. Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall. Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities. And every Monday, you're stuck with me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips. Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcast.
KNX FM in HD Los Angeles. This is Southern California's news. KNX News.
Coming up, airport's starting to get crowded. Lots of traffic, too, on the roads as we get into this getaway period and the shopping period. Also, the 405 will have lane closures for this weekend.
It's been going on for a week already. Could continue through Christmas. 24/7 drilling, trying to deal with that leaking oil well in Newport Beach.
Only on KNX News. Epstein file released there as well. CBS now, 7 o'clock.
The CBS World News Roundup Late Edition, sponsored by CBS Health.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The manhunt is over for a suspect in 2 deadly attacks in New England. Police say they found the body of the suspect in both the mass shooting at Brown University and the murder of an MIT professor in a storage facility in New Hampshire. Special agent in charge, Ted Dox.
Even though the suspect was found dead tonight, our work is not done. There are many questions that need to be answered. There's a lot of evidence that needs to be processed, and most importantly, the victims and their families deserve special care.
Brown student Ryan Vu is relieved.
We're all trying to get back into the flow of things, going back into regular daily motion. It's a little bit hard, but we're, making our way there.
The DOJ is supposed to release all of its files on Jeffrey Epstein tonight. USA Today's Aisha Bagchi.
The Justice Department should have investigative files that feature witness interviews, investigative trails that might not have resulted in any charges and any grounds to prosecute someone.
Deputy Attorney General says hundreds of thousands of pages will be made public. Todd Blanche tells Fox